Welcome to the Black Travel Gold Summit. I'm DJ the Money Coach, and I want to invite you to my amazing brand new Zanzibar resort in Tanzania. That's right, 7 days, 6 nights, all transportation, all festivities, 10%, excursions, and beautiful sunsets, and all for only $9.99 or 3 easy installments exclusively with Black Travel Gold to come join us on the Beaches in the World Club with DJ the Money Coach.
Toledo Organic Tequila is so crisp, so incredibly smooth. It's simply in a category by itself. This is luxury. Life tastes better naturally, so should your tequila. This is Toledo. Enjoy responsibly. Visit ToledoTequila.com to get your bottle of Toledo Organic Tequila. Get a 10% discount on DJ the Money Coach by entering promo code MONEY at checkout. Again, that's ToledoTequila.com, promo code MONEY to get 10% off your Toledo purchase. Now, let's start the show. All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach and Nick Westbrooks. And this show is brought to you by the DJ the Money Coach team and the 7 Spheres of Money system. And before we get started and head on to tonight's beach, hit that like button if you haven't. Share with at least 5 people. And if you're not subscribed to DJ the Money Coach on YouTube, hit that subscribe and that notification bell so you can get notified when we go live. And so you can help us spread the message of the Pom Pom Lifestyle Movement, which cannot be stopped. And the Pom Pom Lifestyle Movement is plenty of money, peace of mind, and we invite you every day of the year to come join us on the beaches of the world. And as always, our beach is Zanzibar, but it's still the greatest time of the year. You know, history. Christmas is a couple days behind us, but we're still in December, and you know we're heading into the new year. You know, so we're gonna ride out the last few days of the greatest month, the greatest time of the year, and you know, hit the ground running for 2025. So happy Friday, DJ.
What's happening, Nick? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, great, man. Everything's great. As I always say, any day above ground with your health is a great day. And today is no exception to the rule. This is actually even a better day. I am on location visiting my mother and her husband of 40 years here in the amazing Midwest. It's a little cold out here, man.
Reminding you of those old Chicago days.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Had to bring the LJs, baby. If you don't know what the LJs are, those are the long johns. Yep. I got my long sleeves, my long undies on and everything. But we're excited. We are here on location. I'm in one of the guest bedrooms, and you guys have to apologize. But hey, it's a good thing, man. It's a great day. It's a beautiful Friday. We had a great time. So, hey, man, we got, including today, we got 4 days left in this amazing 2024 campaign called 2024. And December is the last month, which is the best month. So what better way to kick it off than, you know, hey, man, let's reminisce about, you know, what we have accomplished in 2024. Let's talk about our birthdays. Let's talk about Christmas that just passed 2 days ago. So that way we want to get out. So first and foremost, let's say Merry Christmas to everybody. Let's say happy birthday to everybody who actually, you know, celebrated a birthday up until today, the 27th of December. And those who have birthdays coming up in the next 4 days, which I have a few people who I'm going to give a shout out to real quickly. So first and foremost, I have my first cousin. We used to be called Double Trouble. Shout out to Rob. He's actually going to be celebrating his double nickel on the 29th. So Merry Christmas and happy birthday to you, my duo and partner in crime. We're going to say Merry Christmas and happy birthday coming up to Miss Hollowell. and she's going to be celebrating her 91st birthday on December 29th. So we want to give Mrs. Hollowell. I take that back, Mrs. Hollowell. So we want to say happy birthday to her as well. Want to say happy birthday to Chris, who had a birthday yesterday. So there's a lot of birthdays coming up. I'm trying to think. There's somebody else that I'm thinking about that I know have a birthday that's in my family that I am forgetting. But if I can't remember who you are, happy birthday. And this is also going to be the last show of the year, literally for us. Maybe we might do a New Year's Eve show. I don't know, but we'll think about it. But if we don't, it's the New Year's preparation. But hey, man, what better way to have bookends? We begin this amazing, beautiful 2024 campaign, ladies and gentlemen. We opened up the Zanzibar Pom Pom Lifestyle Suites at the Soul in Paget on January 15th of 2024, which was actually MLK Day, and we did specifically that to celebrate the grand opening. We'll show that video as well. So that started out the year, and then in the process of going through the year, we actually took 2 more trips back to Zanzibar, and we did some amazing things. We paid off the entire resort, the entire townhouses, the condominiums, all that stuff is paid for, debt-free, ladies and gentlemen, and we're happy to celebrate that. And imagine this, 3 years ago, literally 3 years ago today, we got a call from our partner and said, hey, you know what, DJ, I'm going to take a bucket list trip. And I said, where to? Going to Zanzibar. I said, oh man, I said, sign me up, Nick. Not thinking that 3 years later, we would have ownership, an amazing resort that we built, in addition to several acres of land, townhouses, condominiums. So literally today is a 3-year anniversary that I got a call at about 10, 11 o'clock at night on December 27th of 2021. I actually got a call, was invited to take a bucket list trip, excited that it was Zanzibar. I sent in my $800 non-refundable payment, and then got excited, called up my sister, who my sister is actually here with me as well. Shout out to my big sister who's downstairs with my nephew, and called her up and say, hey, you know what? Going to Zanzibar, pack your bags. You don't have to do anything but bring tip money. Everything else is on me. So we begin to talk about that happening, and then my sister started saying, hey, she started laughing. I said, what's so funny? She said, well, you know, actually, RJ's in Zanzibar right now. So, man, we hop on WhatsApp, connect RJ on WhatsApp. He's sitting on the beach because it's, it's morning time there, and he's sitting on the beach, got some exotic drink. Tell me about his experience down there in Zanzibar. Then I say, man, how long are you going to be on your bucket list trip? He said, how long I'm going to be on my trip? He said, man, I'm here, actually buying up property. I said, what? He said, yeah, man, I'm buying up property. So he told me the story about that. Boom. Got us a better deal to go down there. And I ended up hopping on a plane right away, went down in February, and lo and behold, became a developer in a multi-million-dollar luxury residential resort, which is what you guys just saw the opening commercial for. And it was just dirt, ladies and gentlemen, but now it's completely done. So this is actually an anniversary. So we're excited about that, man. So in the course of doing that, hey, we've taken over 60 people to Zanzibar, investors, small business owners, tourists who 85% of them never been to the motherland, and including Nick himself, who was actually the last member of the team who just actually took his trip back in August. So, man, it has been a whirlwind affair. 2024 has been a lot of celebratory milestones that we've had. So, we also started an ancillary business in October, which is tapping into a $1.3 billion opportunity where we actually are spearheading 4 major ancillary businesses in Zanzibar. That's the travel industry, the excursion business, the cleaning business, the mobile car wash business, the personal chef business. So it's actually 5. And that we're tapping into, and we're actually building that foundation right now. And this is actually a program, or actually a blueprint and a game plan that's actually a 5-year plan, began in the beginning of February of 2022, and it's gonna be totally foundationally finished by 2027, and then we're gonna move forward for another 5 years into 2032 and build the entire ecosystem in terms of operation and marketing. So right now we are finishing the foundation. We have a 220 unit luxury residential resort. One of its only kind on the island, has a blue lagoon, white sand beach. It's the only one of its kind in all of Zanzibar that has that. We have luxury townhouses that we built from the ground up. We actually have procured several acres of land, and we're actually about to embark and start building on our flagship resort, which will be called the Pom Pom Lifestyle Resort, which is plenty of money, peace of mind. So 2024 has been amazing. Right now, Tajir, our president of our Zanzibar Corporation, he's in Zanzibar right now. He's been spending 6 to 8 months in Zanzibar for the last 2 years. This year in 2024, he will have been there for 7 months. 2023, almost 8 months. So we're doing a lot of work that's rocking and rolling. We actually have Financially Free D, who's actually put up a travel channel dedicated to Zanzibar as her townhouse in Zanzibar, and she's relocated her second home residence beginning in Zanzibar as well. We got a lot of great things happening. We've done some amazing events with the 10K Project, brought some of their people on to invest in the program. We actually just did the Black Travel Go program as well. We did 2 events with the Heart and Soul concert down in Orlando, Florida as well. Had over 10,000 people participate in the actual concert, and we had about 1,000 people who actually registered in our giveaway, and we ended up giving away 10 trips. And then in addition to that, we have 45 other people who, took part in our special, which is, 3 trips, for just a little, for $999. So man, it's been extraordinary. It's been extraordinary. I think we got somebody jumping on. As I say, extra money. Am I reading that correctly, Nick? Is that a person is commenting extra money? So shout out to Extra Money. Merry Christmas. So we've done all of that. We now have put the furniture into the resorts. Man, we own transportation. That's when I skip. We have a transportation business that we are getting off the ground. We have several vehicles, minivans, driving cars to transport people up and down the island as well. So man, we got a lot of things to celebrate at milestones for 2024, and we're just getting the party started. That's the great thing about it. So we're actually going to be doing our next small business tourist trip for special groups in April. I think it's going to be the 3rd week in April, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to take another 30, 40 people over to Zanzibar in April to commence that as well. So we got a lot of great things to celebrate. So it's phenomenal. And on top of that, like I said, December is the best month of the year. We had birthday celebration for Renee on the 20th, Financially Free D on the 14th. We had my nephew on the 18th. He celebrated his birthday on the 18th. Then we had Nick celebrated on the 22nd. We celebrated on the 24th. Then we had Christmas, and then we just got a boatload of great things rocking and rolling. Like I said, man, and just to tap it off, my in 2024, my oldest son, he graduated from the university scholarship and also did an internship that turned into a full-time 6-figure software job. So we're excited about that. My youngest son, he graduated from high school and got himself a scholarship to a university as well. So 2024, man, has been amazing accomplishments and milestones all the way around. We couldn't be more blessed, and we are humbled by the experience. We have amazing investors. We have amazing partners, and we're just, man, gonna end this thing out. We're gonna party like it's never been partied before. So, that's the great thing. And it's amazing, man. So we just had our year-end investors update meeting this past Sunday. That was spectacular. Everybody showed up and showed out. And we talked about what we're going to be doing for the upcoming 2025. So we're rocking. Shout out from Virginia. Good stuff. Good stuff. You guys have to excuse me if I can't see, because I'm actually shooting, on my mobile phone, because for some reason my tablet, I can't hear the audio, and we know how to adapt and keep moving forward. So if I have a hard time seeing the caption in the comments, I apologize for that. But man, we got a lot of stuff. So we have literally, taken a bite, out of Zanzibar, and take a bite out of Zanzibar. The B is to buy 100 acres of land over the next 24 months. We're about 1/4 of a way of accomplishing that goal. The I is to invest into the ancillary businesses that support the Zanzibar economy, because we're building our own entire ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen. So that in of itself is a blessing that we've been bestowed with, and meaning that in that ecosystem, everything pertaining to taking care of resorts, waste management, pest control, water, transportation, travel, mobile car wash, laundry, personal chefs, all of that stuff we are building one block, one brick at a time. And the great thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of opportunity for you. That's right. So to catapult into 2025 and really thrive, we have legitimate 100% Black owned opportunity for you. That's amazing. So, and here's the thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, is that in 2022, we as a community spent $109 billion on tourism travel, and we owned less than 3% of everything that we created. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. Less than 3%. So that means the planes you're taking to travel around the world, the 5-6 star hotels that you're staying in when you travel around the world, the transportation, the personal chefs, the cleaning, the excursions, the gifts, all of that stuff, the clothes and everything, you as a community own less than 3%. But here's the big deal about it. You created 100% of the opportunity yourself. 100% of the opportunity yourself, but you gave back 97% of it in ownership and equity to somebody else. But here's the great news. In 2024, we took a bite out of Zanzibar, and we literally own 100% of everything that we're sharing with you in our building of our community and for our ecosystem. And the great thing is there's a lot of meat on the bone that's waiting for you to come on back home with us. So you can take a bite out of Zanzibar. And we say, hey, why, visit paradise? Why not own paradise with DJ the Money Coach? Because you're never going to find anybody else that has 100% equity and ownership in some tourist destination that you are going to that looks like us other than us. That's right. We are number one in this category. That's correct. So I want you to understand that as an individual, small business operation, we own 100%, and we are the largest proprietors of residential resorts, townhouses, condominiums than anybody outside of like a Marriott, Bonvoy as a small business and individual. And we're 100% Black owned, unapologetically. That's right. But we do business with everybody on the globe because, as you well know, 98% of the people who actually go to paradise as tourists and who are, expats, they're primarily Europeans and they don't look like us. And there's nothing wrong with that. Perfectly fine. So we cater to everybody, but just like them, we own everything from a B2B side. And we would love for you to come take a bite out of Zanzibar and celebrate the cap in or the bookend of 2024 with us. We opened up the resort January 2024. We're closing out with the ancillary businesses to support it. And now we're starting to do a heavy campaign for marketing, advertising, and strategic partnerships. So if you're listening to this and you're watching this, we are looking assertively for top tier influencers, top tier travel organizations, and top tier corporate executives who are responsible for the travel destinations for the executives and the former corporate executives of Fortune 500 companies to take exotic trips, to reach out and contact with us. And I'm going to challenge you because we have contacted several people that look like us who are blowing up folks. And it always never ceased to amaze me how the first thing, hey man, I need 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 to rock with you. But did you tell that person when you first got started, you need that? No, you didn't, because they would have laughed you out of this planet. But you're that same person. You're being positioned on these, destinations and these magazines and these sites. And what do you own? You created yourself a nice little niche, and I'm excited about it. But how about you really create a legacy? Because here's the thing, you can't pass that influencer gig onto your children or your children's children because you don't own any hard assets. So how about we do some cooperative economics at the bookend of 2024 and catapult ourselves into 2025 and thrive? We're going to do concerts. We're going to do conferences. And guess what? Come and rock out with us. Shout out to Stacy, who actually is a major player who met with Tajir through Dr. Michelle. And we're starting some facilitation. Hey, man, shout out to Kia, who actually is now moving permanently to Kenya, and we're going to be rocking with her. So, man, there's a lot of room. Hey, man, let's come together. Let the bookend of 2024 have us actually come together and actually build agency, equity, and ownership together and take a bite out of Zanzibar. And how about we do some cooperative economics where, hey, you know what? You get a little skin in the game and get some equity and ownership. And don't be like the dude that was the beat producer for 50 Cent on It's Your Birthday and was so adamant about getting $50,000 that he gave away $5 million. What do I mean? He was able to get 1% ownership in that song and that album, but he was so desperate and thirsty for $50,000, he basically gave away a $5 million opportunity. Think about this. All I Want for Christmas by, Mariah Carey. She co-wrote that song. But she took full ownership of that song, and every year she makes no less than $3 million from a song that wrote in maybe, an hour, 3 hours or something like that with a co-writer over just about 20 something years ago. So she's made close to $100 million off of that song by doing a collaboration. And nobody gave her any money up front. She got together with somebody, boom, threw a song together, hundreds of millions of dollars later. So I'm going to ask you out there in the festival season of giving, how about be dollar wise and not penny foolish and say, hey, man, look at the big picture. Because if you have a network and you have 1 million subscribers on IG, are you making $1 million a year off of them? And if you did, is it residual? But how about you tap into an opportunity of $1.3 billion and rock out and have a conversation? This never ceased to amaze me. I can get CEOs of Fortune 500 companies to sit down on a Zoom, but it's hard pressed to get an influencer who nobody knew anything about 2, 3, 4 years ago on a Zoom call, because the first thing they ask, Nick, oh, what's your budget? How much you gonna pay me? Okay, how about we sit down and have a serious conversation, just like when you're, promoting and you're trying to court that Fortune 500 company to give you that big check. You show them regard and reverence by sitting down with them, because, if Bonvoy hits you up, you're not telling them, hey, man, how's my budget? You're taking that call. And what you're going to realize is that you're going to find out that our properties, our resorts, our townhouses, our condominiums, our transportation ancillary businesses, by 2027, they're going to be worth millions and millions of dollars. And I'm talking deep 8, possibly 9 figures. And they're going to produce 7 figures minimum to 8 figures a year. And you could have put your image aside and looked at the big picture and said, hey, man, let me take a look, because I can rest assured you are wasting some time with things that are not significant. And you may have gotten somebody write you a one-time $20,000 check when you could have had somebody wrote you a $5,000 check, but then you could be getting $5,000 to $10,000 a month residual from your contribution. And that's what all I'm saying. That's in the spirit of giving. So it's a Merry Christmas. It's a happy birthday season. And it's a lot of great things that we've been getting down with. And if you have not gone out and spent that time, like I said, it's important. This time is really about giving and family, which, hey, gotta be the real deal. So, hey, I'm here at my parents' house hanging out with them like you're supposed to, fellowshipping, and they have the benefit of spending all this beautiful, priceless time, real wealth with their grandchildren. They had beautiful time, see their grandchildren graduate from college, from high school. You see, that's more important than me getting something from Nordstrom's or me flying around the world showing I'm hyping it up on the yacht. And it's beautiful. While you in your young teens, 20s, and 30s, and you highlighting that life, but guess what? At the end of the rainbow, do you have real wealth? Do you have grandchildren who are doing well? Did you break the cycle of the pathology of negative ratchetness that's been going on in your family for generations? Did you upgrade yourself and make money, but took the hood mentality with you? Or did you leave the hood mentality and created real generational wealth mentality and mindset and loving yourself? What do I mean by that? Man, it's real simple. How about be 100% natural in 2025? How about 2024? Put aside all the fake stuff and actually really love yourself. How about that? That's going to be hard. But guess what? This is what the Spirit is about. Because guess what? If I'm really down with you, I'm down with you 100% of what God made you, not what the South Korean put on his shelf so you can attach it to your head or to your eyelashes or to your nails. And then with that comes that evil spirit that resides in those things. You see the correlation there? But it never ceases to amaze me when I see somebody that's naturally beautiful and loves themselves, be it in beautiful locks, be it in, afros, or be it in just their beautiful, dense hair, that they're much more loving and a much more happier person than these people out here putting on all this stuff who looks like a whole different person after they go through the transformation. But that's not what this show is about. This show is about love, giving, spirit, spending that high quality time with your loved ones during the holiday. And then, like I said, the beginning of the year was the alpha, the end of the year is omega, and in between, what did you produce? And we have a lot of fruit on the tree because you have invested in us, with us, together to create real harmony. And that is the essence of the Pom Pom Lifestyle movement. Plenty of money, peace of mind, with the emphasis on peace of mind. How many of you right now are starting to think about New Year's resolutions? New Year's resolutions is not where it's at. It's about a commitment and a covenant to a permanent change in life. And shout out to Dr. Hollowell. And we are happy that you had the chance, to take care of yourself and, get speedy recovery. We're excited. Spoke to your sister today twice, and we're excited that you got a speedy recovery. So that is awesome. We miss you. Can't wait to see you again. We love you sincerely, deeply. So that's really what it's about, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day. So you're watching DJ the Money Coach and Nick Westbrooks on Family Finance Friday, and we ask you humbly to like, share, and subscribe to the platform because it's absolutely free. And right now, this is the season of giving and not taking. So give with your heart, give to your family, and enjoy, the amount of time that you can have because you don't know when the gig is up. Real talk. Shout out to our brothers who get together on every Saturday and talk about, the kingdom man. Shout out to them. And shout out to our new group that we're beginning to start. Is a small business fellowship group that's going to commence every third Saturday or Sunday of the month at 5 p.m. Central Time. And I would recommend that if you are serious and you have a small business and you need somebody to fellowship, to take you through the ebbs and flows of entrepreneurship and the real, hit us up. And if you're qualified, it doesn't cost anything. This is going to be a free group we're putting together that we're going to devote our time. We're going to do stewardship and discipleship in small business for people who want to thrive in 2025. So if you like to participate in that, you can reach out to us at 866-395-3042, 866-395-3042. And this is going to be real. That is our gift to you. So that's what's amazingly, important. So today is December 27th, and from coast to coast, we are excited about you, your family, what you want out of life, and how we can deliver the goods to you, because we have a motto. We like productivity over activity. Productivity over activity. And we like, Neiman Market stuff at Walmart prices. We do not like Walmart stuff at Walmart prices. That's right. We want high quality at the best investment that we can get. And what we would encourage you to do, you know what? Pick up a book and dive into a book and get yourself some good things. Get yourself some leadership. 3 things you ought to invest in terms of your covenant for 2025. Number 1, get your goals and your life right with your creator. That's number 1. Okay. Number 2, get yourself locked and loaded with a great leader. That's important. And number 3, get yourself locked and loaded with successful business people that you can be discipled, steward. Okay. That's what we're doing. So we have, taken, inventory. So I got myself locked and loaded back with John C. Maxwell and an inaugural program that he's putting together. We started that on January 6th. Man, I'm excited. 6 to 8 week program, getting deep into leadership. So I locked and loaded to that. Locked and loaded, relocked and loaded to our Kingdom Man program. We're getting ready to start our second book, which is, Finishing Strong by Steve Farrar. Right now, we're finishing up The Kingdom Man by Dr. Tony Evans. And then we're starting from there a small business group, a fellowship. It's for men and women. For men and women. So we're locked and loaded in that regard. We clean the deck. We're totally consumer debt free always. We're looking at our business structure and we're getting that more solidified because we're rocking and rolling into 2025. And we're open to great opportunity to collaborate with people to create true cooperative economics, to leverage our professional networks, and to create interdependent relationships and ecosystems. You bring your ecosystem to the table, we bring our ecosystem to the table, which is tried and true and proven and successful, and we marry them together and create an interdependent relationship so that we can foster equity and ownership in everything that we do. That is the blessing. And I want to share another gift with you, gentlemen out there. If you're a gentleman out there between 20 to 50 to 60, and you've had some tough times, or you've been looking for somebody that you can actually pour into their vessel and raise them up, I got a great gift for you. It's a great movie called The Forge, Forge, Theforge, The Forge, and you can catch it right now on Netflix. It is a faith-based movie, and it is a faith-based movie about us. No profanity, no derogatory messages, no perversion, just pure traditional nuclear family, strong men discipling young men who need guidance and direction. I would encourage you to everybody check that movie out. Sit down with a family, some friends, and watch that movie together. It would change your life. The Forge. And I get no remunerations, commissions, anything on that movie. Some things, when things are what we need to know and have and receive, we got to give it free because that's what God asked of us. Another gift I want to give out to you. Go get yourself a study Bible on Proverbs and Proverbs alone, and take every day of the month and study, read, and engraft the daily proverb of the day. So today is December 27th, and I woke up and I opened up Proverbs 27 and I let that sink in. I read it, I prayed on it, and let my day get, off to a great start. And one thing's in Proverbs 27, it talks about, hey man, stop celebrating yourself and bragging and boasting on yourself. I thought it was an apropos, reading, because sometimes I have a tendency as DJ the Money Coach to pump myself up a lot. And I always say, hey, man, if you can't pump yourself up, who else will? But see, in God's eyes, that's not the way he always wants. He said, hey, let somebody else give you praise. Let somebody else, give you accolades. Let somebody else say how wonderful and what blessing you've been to them and society and community. You don't have to do it, because real, saints move in silence. And if you don't have enough people talking praise about you, go do more work. Go give more. Go work more. Be less, ego-minded. Be unselfish and selfishly give away as much as you possibly can. That's what this is the spirit of. Okay? And ultimately, those blessings will come out to you. Ask God for wisdom and discernment in everything that you do, and health. And if you do those things, you will be blessed. And you too could be sitting down, fellowshipping with your mother, your sister, your nephew, your children, and enjoying priceless moments together and loving each other, eating, playing games, watching movies together, just hanging out, having a blessed time, reminiscing. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about these trappings. You very rarely going to find somebody with a whole bunch of stuff that's truly, sincerely happy. I'm not saying they can't be, but it's very rare, because they constantly gathering and collecting stuff because they're empty inside. So they need these trinkets and stuff to make themselves feel better. Trust me, I've had a lot of stuff, and I very rarely found something materialistically that actually made me really content and at peace. It gave me a momentary feel of, excitement, but it didn't give me sustained peace and contentment. Don't matter how sharp my car is, how big my house is, how many trips around the globe I've taken, the things that I cherish the most is spending that great time with family and friends who sincerely love you for you, and only for you, not for what you can do for them. And another gift that you can bestow on people is patience and giving them a listening ear when they have to get some stuff off their chest, to understand they're not the only ones going down that situation. And if you have a chance and you don't have, somebody to give to, hey, how about go to one of these retirement homes? How about go to the VFW and put a little time in and just sit down and listen to the people and take away some of that loneliness from them. You'd be amazed how much wonders that will do for your soul in the process of receiving. You're giving the big blessing of 2 ears to listen to somebody who just want to know that they still are important. It's amazing. So again, you're watching Family Finance Friday on December 27th with DJ the Money Coach and Nick Westbrooks. And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to tell you about what we are looking to do for you to thrive in 2025. We'll be right back. Thank you for checking this out. Like, subscribe, and share to everybody. It's Christmas season. Ho, ho, ho. All right, welcome back. You're watching Family Finance Friday with Nick Westbrooks and DJ the Money Coach on an amazing December 27th. I know you have had big parties, you had great gifts, you've shared spirits, and you're excited about 2024, and you're looking to thrive in 2025, and everything is possible. The only thing that we will have challenges overcoming is bad health, ladies and gentlemen. I really sincerely mean and know this. You can have $2-3 million worth of debt, be in bankruptcy, lose your house, your car, lose your dog. But if you got health, everything can come back to you 10 times, pressed down and multiplied if all you do is line up your vertical alignment in the proper order with your creator God and put him first. Let's not forget, this is not the season about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This is the season of acknowledging that God is your savior. And make sure you lock and load into that relationship and have commitment to him, and everything else will be given unto you. And you have to do it with sincerity and authenticity, which a lot of times is challenging because these visual stimulations and these, get it now, don't pay for it, don't work for it. We're starting to subscribe to that, but that's, the adversary. Consumerism, adversary. That's what that is. Giving without asking for something in return. That's godly. And right now, we should focus on the platinum rule more than the golden rule. The golden rule, do unto others the way you want to be done unto. That's great. But the best rule is the platinum rule. Do unto people the way they want to receive things that they really need versus what you want for yourself for them to have. Okay? And a lot of times, one of the great things you do is to give people praise for things that they have done. They don't necessarily need trinkets. It's nothing wrong with saying, hey, man, that a boy. Great job. Man, love you. Man, keep working hard. We appreciate you. You are an amazing person. You've been such, invaluable, piece to our, program that we wouldn't better be here without you. You don't always have to give a lot of, elaborate, and shiny objects and stuff. Now, if you happen to have that in addition to that, okay, great. But if you don't, hey, words of encouragement, words of appreciation, words of support go a long ways. Picking up the phone, say, hey, I know you probably need somebody to listen to you. Let me give you a listening ear for 60 minutes, 30 minutes. And just hear them out and give them some encouragement. That's all it's about. You know what I'm saying? So we want to, again, wish everybody an amazing Merry Christmas. We want you to have an amazing upcoming New Year's Eve. And we want you to catapult into 2025 because it is thrive time. Everybody plays a significant role on the team. The man or woman that opens the door to the store is just as important as the man who runs the store. Don't forget that. A lot of times we don't think that's important. It is very important because they're the first representation of you. So why not put on your best suit and your best, personality and your best humility with that first person that engages with you? That's important. Extremely important. So that's what the holiday season is about. So with that said, I'm going to find out from my man Nick. So what'd you do, man, over for Christmas and your birthday, man? Talk to us, brother.
Oh man, it was a beautiful time, man. Family's been a big thing for me in 2024. It's going to be even bigger thing for me in 2025. So I spend much of my birthday and the the Christmas holiday with family. On my birthday, I went to church with my mom. Then we went over to my grandmother's house. Just sat, had some good conversations, some tea and some cake, and then that evening, of course, as DJ mentioned, we had a great, end of the year investors meeting. Then after that, my friend Igel, she got me a couple of beverages, that night. And then the backtrack, I had to also send condolences to my father's side of the family. My father wasn't able to spend my birthday with me because he's traveling to Tennessee for his brother's services. His brother passed away the week before last, so he was traveling. I wasn't able to join him in Tennessee because I actually flew out to Florida with my cousins on the 23rd. So the day after my birthday, we flew out to Orlando. The cousin booked a nice Airbnb. So it was about 9 of us, and so we had a great time there. We went out to Universal Studios. Hung out at the house. Caught those Christmas Day games, NBA, NFL games, college football games. Had some great food. Just great fellowship. Hanging out in the heated pool over at the house, and then I got back in town today. So it was a nice fellowship time. Between my parents and my grandmother and my cousins. Actually, well, my cousin DJ Ramsey. He was on our program a couple of years back. So it was it was him and his wife, his parents, and his in-laws. So we had a great time.
Oh man, that's awesome! Shout out to Ramsey, man, and his new wife. He's officially still the newlywed, about just under 2 years, something like that.
Yep, August 2022.
All right, man. Shout out to Ramsey. Yeah, like him a lot. He's a great guy, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Family getting together, fellowshipping, having a good time. Man, that's priceless. That's better than, hey, looking up and you got a Ferrari sitting in your driveway. Ferrari can, only do so much, but the family does everything. So that's very important, man. Great stuff. Yeah, man. We were blessed, man. Had a great birthday ourselves, man. Had my man Gerald and his sons came over. Had a couple of friends. Had amazing meal put together that we have just a tradition all the time. Man, it was spectacular. Had king crab, had lobster, had prongs, had amazing, 3-tier chocolate cake. Man, it was special. Then had one of my favorite beverages that my man G Money didn't even have to tell him because he's very observant. He showed up with one of my favorite beverages, and the man was just icing on the cake, literally. And then to have, his sons with him, his twin sons that are teenagers, they're teenagers. They're just at that door, teenagers to come in and fellowship, playing games and watching movies. We went to the movies twice. I mean, this was great, man. I mean, with the girlfriends for my sons, we saw 2 movies and we hit, man, it was just great. The movies, hanging out. We're going to be putting together some packages that we all received. So that's good. And then just to see the look on their faces when they worked hard throughout the whole year and they got the things that they, had on their wish list. They didn't expect to get the things, man. That's one thing. You have to keep your children, humble, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing we do in our house at the beginning of the year. And it's a great thing I like you tapped on and said y'all had an end of the year investors meet. Man, that's powerful. How many people are doing that in their house? An end of year investors meet. That's what it's really about. Checking them assets that you can actually grow. So at the beginning of the year, what we do, hey, we sit down and say, hey, tell us what you want to accomplish, what you're going to do to get it done, how you're going to represent the name on the back of the jersey with the highest level of dignity and character, not value, but dignity and character, and give glory to God and honor to our name. And if you do those things and you do the best you can, then you know what? You can earn some of this, Christmas spirit in terms of the material things, which we're not high on. So when you can sit back and see your children not expecting to get these things, but then you see your children graduate with honors from college, graduate top of the class from high school, get scholarship to go to college, first chair, cello, second chair violinist, get honors violin, and they're doing all these great things. And in addition to that, they are not, I, me type of people, because they know that we don't put a value on that. We put a high character mandate on dignity, respect, and rep that name well. And then when you can see they open up these gifts and they just have this true essence of happiness and fulfillment because they didn't expect to get the, and then when they got a little bit more, like the talent, the parable of the talents, and because they did what they were asked to do and they weren't asking for much, then hey, they get blessed. And then again, we ended out, we're right here at the grandparents' house, hanging out for a few days. And it's a great time, man. And I really hope that the people who are watching our show really understand that's what it's all about. And then on top of that, to have the end of the year investors meeting and have our investors understand the process. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, we're building a community and an ecosystem that's going to last for generations. So sometimes there's going to be some hiccups, some bumps in the road. But when the program is finished, we're going to eat for a long time because we're not giving them a fish, we're teaching them how to fish. And that's one thing we have to do better in our community. We have so many resources in our community, ladies and gentlemen, but at the end of the day, we got so much backstabbing, inbiting, competing against each other for the wrong reasons when there's so much at the top of the mountain that it's room for everybody on the planet. And maybe one day we're going to catch that on the way home. And then maybe we don't. But I firmly believe, like movies like The Forge and the groups, like the Pom Pom Lifestyle Movement, people, they're going to change the narrative back to where it used to be in the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, when being wholesome was character and what we found true dignity in. Having a chance to watch some good old school movies. One thing we like is how we celebrate the top 10 Christmas movies, top 10 Christmas songs. If you start to bring that stuff into your house and flush out that negative, you'd be surprised how much higher characters you would have in your family and how much quality you would have in your life. And you got to understand, man, turn that outside noise off. Flush your soul with some good, high character, moral principle stuff instead of some edutainment stuff. I challenge you to do that. The last 4 days of the year, I challenge you to sit down and watch like a Hallmark type of movie. Pick up a book that actually is talking about the good that we can do. And pick up a phone and give somebody some words of encouragement. And challenge yourself when you see that, clickbait or somebody, gossiping, talking yak, to not click on it. I challenge you to do that. I think you would serve yourself well if you just shut those things off for 48 hours. And you'll be amazed at how less stressed you are, how less crazy you are. And then you'll start to see that stuff for what it is, that ratchetness, that repugnant behavior that is not indicative of our community. I'm challenging you. Let's take the character challenge. And let's stop talking about high value women and high value men, because that is a materialistic attribute. Let's talk about high character, high moral men and women. How about that? How about have a prayer and a wish for that in your community? And look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you really happy with your image and your lack of character because you got some more trinkets that nobody cares about that you have? Where's the significant blueprint in your life and your legacy? When they say your name, Are there praises going out from everywhere about the, building person you are and the significant impact you had in people's lives? Or they say, oh yeah, they got this, that, and other, and then soon they turn around, they're talking about you. Let's eliminate that barbershop and that salon mentality in your household in 2025. And let's, do a trial run these last 4 days of 2024 to catapult yourselves into an amazing mindset. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. It takes 21 days to disrupt a bad habit, and then it takes another 21 days to enforce a new good habit. So collectively, it's 42 days. So we don't have to make a resolution. We have to make a covenant. And it's the same thing that we challenge people about when it comes to, social interaction with women and men. You shouldn't be thinking about dating somebody. You should think about courtship to marriage. Because dating is nothing but objectifying that person physically to get the physical stuff when you're not getting the soul. But if you're court, you're making a commitment to the soul to give a long-term marriage opportunity to generate great wealth the right way. But I know that's going to fall on deaf ears because you all looking at, hey man, did I get this? Did I get that? It ain't cracked up to what it meant to be. And I bet you got a lot of stuff in your garage, in your, basement that you collecting dust on that you got last year. And it's going to be the same thing this year. What gift of love did you give away this Christmas 2024? What covenant are you going to subscribe to? Enlist. Which one are you going to do? I challenge you. That's what it's about. This is the season of getting back to character, discipleship, stewardship, significance, and put away all those monetary things that you think you have to have. You can only drive one car at a time. You can only live in one house at a time. And you can only take one vacation at a time. But you can invest in somebody's education for a lifetime. You can encourage somebody and uplift them for a lifetime. And you can do what's best for you when it comes to your health. We need to get down about our health, ladies and gentlemen. It's great entertainment when you see these products and these, fast foods and all that shown on the screen and they hype them up. But I'm going to be real with you. Those people who are selling that stuff on the screen, they ain't consuming that stuff. Do you even see them take a bite and drink that stuff really? Very rarely. So think about it. So we're not going to make this a long show. But again, this show is just to say, hey, 2024 is come. It's almost gone. And here's what I want to share with you too. If it wasn't the 2024 that you thought it was going to be, and it had a lot of downs and very few ups, and if you still have your health, thank God for carrying you through. And if you do have some challenges with your health, let's look internally and see what we can do to help make that better. Put down the fried food, eliminate the pork, get up off the sofa and go take a walk. Get out of the sedentary lifestyle and get into the active lifestyle. Get up, get out, make it rock. Be happy of the age you are. Man, I'm proud and excited to be 5'7". That's right. I'm rocking and rolling better than I ever had. Young, sprite, active, riding bikes, work out 5 days a week, do my best to eat right. Nowhere near perfect in any shape, size, form, but I am committed to being in the best temple I can actually have so that I can be here for a long time actively. Do that for yourself. Find yourself a partner, somebody who can hold you accountable, give you a little bit of encouragement, but also some accountability at the same time. Get out of that bed. Fight off the adversary. Read a book. You can start with one page, one push-up, one lap. Real talk. 3 years ago, man, I could barely do 10 push-ups. Now I can knock out 100, 120, no problem. But I had to have commitment, or I had to have a situation. Here's what's going to happen. In 2025, you're going to have at least 2 things major that's going to happen in 2025. It's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, but you will be guaranteed it's always at least 2 that can change your life. And unfortunately, we're a reactionary society. We're not a proactive society. Some of us are, but that's only like 5% of us. The rest of us are lazy. And guess what? The best thing probably happened for you in our community is that your person that you wanted to win, your election didn't win. So now you can stop making excuses, and maybe you can take that angst and turn it into positivity. Stop asking for the handout and ask for the hand up. And if you other person can give the hand up, man, give the hand up. You'll be amazed how great you'll feel, how younger you'll get, how much life will be a lot more enjoyable. 2025 is a thriving opportunity. So get into that mindset and thank God for everything that you have. And I learned this great lesson. It said, hey, sometime you win, sometime you learn. And I got to give that credit to John C. Maxwell by way of Robert Kiyosaki. And that's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you get something new and it impacts your life, hey, man, give the credit where the credit is due. Real easy. If you haven't had somebody came in your life and they opened up a door for you, but that relationship didn't continue, but that door that got open sprung you into a new zip code, a better opportunity, always give praise and reverence to that person. You don't have to like that person. You don't have to love that person, but you should respect the fact that they opened the door. Because they didn't have to do that. And we're bad at that. I used to do that all the time. But we're working on, hey, man, go back, just like Nick said, take inventory of everything that happened in 2024, put it up on the board, not a resolution, but put up on the board. Hey, what were my goals? What did I accomplish? What work do I still have to do? I do the same thing, Nick. Every year at the end, 31st, 30th, I put up, okay, what did I put up at the beginning of 2024? What did we knock down? What was the revenues? What was the give backs? What did we improve on? How many books did we read? How many people did we impact? What areas we need to have work at? And be honest with yourself. Practice the 11th commandment, which is thou shalt not jive thyself. And it's like my man Denzel Washington said in American Gangster, sometimes you got to do what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do. So real success that'll, propel you to significance is done on the inconvenient pathway and the inconvenient trail. Nothing of value or building that's going to be generational is done on convenience. You got to get out of the comfort zone and get comfortable with being uncomfortable to create significance in people's lives. I challenge you, make it a point to have a significant impact in one person's life in 2025 and lock into them. And you'll be so excited about their success that it'll propel you to have even more success that you didn't even expect to happen. And that is the true serendipitous situation for you. So take the selfishness and become unselfish, but you should contribute to your best you can be. But that's still being unselfish, because if you can be the best you can be better for the next person you come in contact with. So take your good, make your good better, and your better best in everything that you do. And if you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you'll find yourself more fulfilled. You'll find yourself more sprite. You'll find yourself more excited about getting up every day. It doesn't matter if it's 20 degrees below zero or if it's 120 outside, you're going to be ready to go get it. Because you got a dream, you got a plan, and you got a goal which gives you purpose. And if you can't find that, Real simple. I would encourage you to do two things. Okay. Number one, retake a test of the 5 love languages for you. Find out what your love languages are. And then go back and find chapter 5 in Good to Great, the hedgehog concept, and find out what is your passion or your talent. And then ask yourself, what can you get better at and create a niche from your passion and your talent? And then the third thing, what could be the pathway or the bus that can put you out in front of those people so you can have impact? So if you find out what your love languages are personally, and then you find out what you are talented at or driven by, then you can create a niche to refine it. And then you can find out how to get out in front of people. Man, you're going to be so busy doing that, you're not going to have time to be thinking about the negatives and the setbacks in life because you're going to be excited every day. Go back to the fundamentals. That's all it is. And that's what we're doing here, man. So again, you win some and you learn some. That should be your narrative and your purpose to thrive in 2025. And also, don't get caught up in the nanosecond success syndrome. Understand this. In order to build true success and create significance, it takes time. You have to put up some ABs. You have to get some experience. So if you're just endeavoring for the first time, that first year is research and development, investing in yourself. Don't have these delusions of grandeur. Have high expectations, but also understand you're taking on something new that you've never done before. So there's a learning curve. You will get better. The second year, you're going to get more experience to sharpen the knife, sharpen the sword. That's what the forge is about. And then the third year, you become the expert in residency. Medical students do 3-year residency minimum. Because now you have experience and you can tell stuff that you couldn't tell that had nothing to do with your talent or your gifts in the first year. So have high expectations, but be real about the commitment and the time and the effort that you have to put into your campaign. And support yourself with a group that's down the road that you can talk to versus being a Debbie Downer, and make sure this is a platform conducive for feedback that you're open to. That's the reason why that group environment and small is very important right now, because it's lonely as a leader. It's lonely as an entrepreneur. It's lonely at the top being the go-to guy or girl all the time because everybody's looking up to you and they don't think about what you have on your shoulders because they're so busy about you helping them. You need to get recharged. And the way to get recharged is find a bigger super battery to recharge you. Make sense? As they say, make it make sense. Common sense is not common knowledge. So it's been a wonderful year. We're excited for you. We're on your side. We really believe that you have not seen the best version of yourself yet. And the only way for you to get there is to open up, give more of yourself, be more committed to the covenant, and God will give unto you all things that he wants you to have, because he will focus on you, focusing on what you need and not what you want. So he asked David, he said, David, I'll give you anything. What's your wish? And David said, God, I just want wisdom, understanding, and discernment. And he said it sincerely, thinking of nothing else. And since God read David's heart, he said, know what? I'm going to give you wisdom, discernment, and understanding. And I'm also going to give you the keys to the kingdom. That's real. So you've been watching Family Finance Friday. This is the, end of the year edition. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Get excited for the last 4 days of 2024. We're going to rock and roll and we're going to thrive in 2025 and we're going to make it count because we cannot do this without you. And your message to yourself should be, what can we do together to make us better? And remember this, there's no I in team because it's together, everyone achieves more. And if you take the IL out of illness and put WE, you create wellness. So let's collectively focus on making our community better and strive for significance and make sure that dignity and character, discipleship and stewardship are at the forefront of what you're about in 2025. And the best way to get started is start today. And be less concerned about monetary things. Be focused with purpose. God will provide for you everything you need plus, and you won't have to worry about those external things. You will have learning opportunities. But if your heart, your mind, your soul, and your plan is in the right direction, those learning opportunities are just opportunities to grow, and then that growth will be a blessing, just like a bamboo tree. So we're excited. December 27th. We're excited here at the grandparents' house, and we're rocking and rolling. We hope you're rocking and rolling. We thank you guys for always checking us out on Fridays, and we hope we have dropped some nuggets to help you put in the ground so that you can water them and they can flourish and blossom into beautiful flowers, and that you can have joy in your life and true peace, and you can thrive in 2025. So on behalf of Nick Westbrooks, I'm DJ the Money Coach. You're watching Family Finance Friday. And as always, we wish you a pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. Emphasis on peace of mind. The money comes. And we want you to come join us on the beaches of World Club to significance and thriving in 2025. I'll see you in paradise.
Welcome to the Black Travel Go Summit. I'm DJ the Money Coach, and I want to invite you to my amazing brand new Zanzibar resort in Tanzania. That's right, 7 days, 6 nights, all transportation, all festivities, pampered chef, excursions, and beautiful sunsets, and all for only $9.99 or 3 easy installments exclusively with Black Travel Go to come join us on the beaches in the World Club with DJ the Money Coach.
Toledo Organic Tequila is so crisp, so incredibly smooth. It's simply in a category by itself. This is luxury. Life tastes better naturally, so should your tequila. This is Toledo. Enjoy responsibly. Visit ToledoTequila.com to get your bottle of Toledo Organic Tequila. Get a 10% discount on DJ the Money Coach by entering promo code MONEY at checkout. Again, that's ToledoTequila.com, promo code MONEY to get 10%